Hello all, new year, new channel, so it's time to take a deeper look into my collection. And today, as the first one in this little series I'm gonna be doing, we're gonna take a look at my Bruce Willis collection. It's no secret that he's one, if not the favorite actor in my case, so let's just get into it. I still got a pretty good stack, as you can. This is one tall stack and I got two of them. So first up we have Blind Date. Still one of the funniest movies he's ever been in, and I love this movie. I'm so glad that it's finally out on Blu-ray. Then of course we got the Die Hard collection, Legacy collection. Most of these will be in the order of when he made them, but in cases like this I can't do that. But Die Hard 2 with a Vengeance, 4 and 5. So it's 30 years since this movie was made now, or the first one at least. It's 30 years, that's a lot of time. Bonfire of Vanities. Not him that's the lead actor, but still a good movie. Then we got one of my absolute favorite movies, Hudson Hawk. Now this one got really bad reviews back when it came out, and as far as I know really didn't do all that well, but this is one of the movies that really got me into Bruce Willis, and I just love that movie. I think it's such a good and funny movie. Billy Bathgate. Now this is one of the cases of him only having a small part in the movie, not really being a big deal, and I guess I picked this up because he's in it, and it's one of the Mill Creek double features. It was really cheap. Last Man Standing and Last Boy Scout. Last Boy Scout, also one of my favorite movies of his. Really good movie. And Last Boy Scout, it's a good movie. I just haven't seen it nearly as much as Last Boy Scout. Striking Distance. Now, this is also one of my very first movies I ever bought with him in it. I'm pretty sure Striking Distance and Hudson Hawk was the very first Bruce Willis movies I ever bought on VHS with my own money. So, yeah, I've been a fan for quite a few days now. Also, really good movie. Then, in this Quentin Tarantino set, I got Pulp Fiction. Only way I got it, so let's see. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. I really want the Steelbook, but I haven't been able to find a good price for it just yet. Then one of the few DVDs with him in it I still have left, North. Okay, Bruce Willis is a bit funny here and there in it, but the movie... Call of Night. Really, what's the word I'm looking for? Weird movie to see him in, I guess. Almost softcore porno with a twist ending, kinda. But yeah, not a bad movie either. 12 Monkeys. Now, this one seems to be one people really like with him in it, but while I don't think it's a bad movie, it just wasn't for me that much either. I do actually watch the TV show. I actually liked, well, the first season of the TV show. I actually liked that way more than the movie. Then season 2 and 3 went way out there, and yeah. But okay movie. Then one of my favorite Bruce Willis movies, no secret at all, Fifth Element, Kimchi DVD Steelbook. If I can get it out. Really cool Steelbook. Normally I don't really buy these more expensive editions, but since this Steelbook wasn't available anywhere else without any kind of slipcover, I had to have it. One more, Fifth Element. Now this is the second version I have of this particular Steelbook. This one came out a long time ago, and then they just re-released it recently with the 4K. So I had to get it. Plus the Blu-ray that was in the first Steelbook was a really bad transfer. So I got a better transfer in both the 4K and the Blu-ray in this case. Even though I don't need another Blu-ray. And yet again, Fifth Element, present from CP. This might actually be my favorite of the Fifth Element Steelbooks. At least the front is. I really like the front. So yeah, awesome movie. The Jackal, one of the few times where he played the villain, and I actually think he did it quite well. Just the scene where he's shooting Jack Black, it's just, that's a good, well, it is actually on the back cover, you just don't see Jack Black. But yeah, now I do know this is a remake. I don't know if I've ever seen the original Jackal. I don't think so. But yeah, good movie. Mercury Rising, quite like this one too. He had a good run around this time with movies compared to later. But yeah, again, great movie. Alec Baldwin, okay villain. Armageddon, another great movie. What can I say about this? I do believe it do have a steelbook. Rather simple steelbook, but I just haven't been able to get it. But yeah, another great movie. The Siege, not the lead guy. Okay movie, but yeah, I haven't seen this one all that many times, so, and it's been a while. But of course I gotta have it in my collection. The Sixth Sense, one of his better movies. Now, this is one of, for those that haven't seen it, who are you? Why haven't you seen this one yet? The first time you see it, it's one of those movies where, wow, the ending, I didn't see that coming. And then the second time you watch it, you pick up on a lot of the clues. And then the third time, it's not worth watching that many times, more than 2. But still, great movie for the first couple of views. The Story of Us, also DVD, sadly, only. Fun romantic comedy. Yeah. Whole Nine Yards. Now this is one that I really hate doesn't have a Blu-ray release. I really think this is funny. Way better than the second one. So I really want this one to get a Blu-ray release already. Why doesn't it have a Blu-ray release? The Kid, the last DVD I have, I think. Again, why no Blu-ray? And this is Disney. I'm surprised with all the re-releases Disney keeps doing. I'm surprised a movie like this doesn't even have one single release. Maybe with the movie club deal we'll eventually get this one. I hope so. It's a good little family fun movie. Unbreakable, superhero movie. One of my favorite Bruce Willis movies, actually. Now, this has been talked about a little bit more recently again, but it went unnoticed for so long in my mind. And when you talk about M. Night movies, this is without a doubt still my favorite he's made. And I really do need a steelbook for this one too. Bandits, thanks to Olive Film. This one came out not that long ago, and it's not a bad movie. It's actually, I rewatched it not that long ago, and it's actually fun to see both Bruce Willis and Billy Bob together. It's not one that really sticks with you, but yeah, I'm glad it finally came out on Blu-ray. Hearts War. Now, good movie. I actually think this is one of the very early ones I saw Colin Farrell in. I do actually like war movies, and well, technically this is a prison camp movie. It's not the best prison camp movie I've seen, but Great Escape, just in case you were wondering. But this one is still really good. Tears of the Sun. I guess this could classify as a war movie. Didn't care that much for this one, to be honest. But of course Bruce Willis is in the lead, so it has to be in the collection. And it is a steelbook. The Whole 10 Yards. Now this one have a no, not a steelbook, a Blu-ray, a Danish edition. Sadly, I asked this company why or if they could release the first one, and sadly they didn't own the rights to that one, so they could only do the second one. Nowhere near as fun as the first one, but yeah. Hostage, really good movie. Not a lot of people seem to talk about this one either. Danish edition. Sin City, really good movie. Really good movie. I actually really like both this one and the second one. And I do know this one has a couple of steelbooks, but unlike the second one, I don't care that much for those two steelbooks that I've seen. So who knows, maybe one day. Then there's Alpha Dog, actually really good movie, but it's not Bruce Willis that's in the lead. But still, really good movie. Even has, yes, oh, it is listed, Anton Yelchin. I guess this is one of the first time I saw him before he sadly died. Lucky number 11. Now we're sort of getting into movies where he seems like he doesn't really care that much, and a bunch of them is a smaller role. So, and that stack is still pretty tall. 16 Blocks, still okay movie, not great. Perfect Strangers, I actually liked this one for what it was, but it's been forever since I've seen it, so maybe this is a soon to rewatch. Planet Terror, not him in the lead, and what a weird movie. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Assassination of a High School President, not a very big role, not a really good movie, so yeah. And War Inc., he's not in that one. I've never even seen this one. This was the cheapest way to get this movie. So Surrogates, okay movie, not great. Cop Out. Now, this one's a little weird. Both Kevin Smith had a hard time working with Willis, and that's no secret at all. And the movie didn't get good reviews, but I actually think the movie is quite fun. I just don't like Tracy Morgan. Almost forgot his name for a second. I really don't like him. He's so annoying in my mind. The first Expendables. I love these movies. I do hope we get more Expendables movies. I'm an 80s kid, so I love my 80s action stars, and you will see that in future videos. Then we got the first Red, 4K. Quite enjoyed this one actually. It was actually quite funny. Setup, small role, forgettable movie. Catch 44, small role, forgettable movie. Later favorite. Now he's actually more in this movie than other more recent movies, but sadly it's still forgettable. Cold Light of Day, small role, not really that great. Moonrise Kingdom. Now this is not your typical Bruce Willis movie, but I actually thought this one was really good. And I'm not really that big a fan of Wes Anderson. He makes these weird movies, Royal Tenenbaums and Hotel Budapest and a bunch of others I forgot the name of now. But I don't know if it's just because Bruce Willis is in it, but the movie itself it's a good movie. Expendables 2. It is way more than he was in the first one. Sadly, all the drama with the third one made him not be in that one. Looper, really good movie. And I forgot where this steelbook's from, even though I haven't said where the other ones are from. Now, this is... I want to say this is one of the last movies that's been shown in the theaters where he's somewhat the lead, and that's quite sad. I haven't seen Death Wish just yet at the time of this recording, but I hope we'll see more movies with him in the theater again. Okay, so it's a UK disc, so HMV or Savvy, I don't know. Fire with Fire. Again, not the lead. Not a bad movie actually, but it's not one you remember a week later still. A Good Day to Die Hard. Don't need to say more about that. G.I. Joe Retaliation. Now, I actually really enjoy this movie. I'm no secret again, I'm a big Bruce Willis fan. I'm a big G.I. Joe fan. I did not like the first G.I. Joe movie. Those exosuits just ruined it all for me. And the movie just wasn't all that great. But this one, I don't get why this one got... Well, it got better reviews than the first one, but not by much. I really enjoyed this movie. It's way more faithful to what a G.I. Joe movie should be. Then we have Red 2. Not as good as the first one, but still quite funny. And you actually have Storm Shadow here. So, yeah, repeat. Co-starring. Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For. Came way later than the first Sin City and didn't get nearly as good reviews as the first one, but I actually quite enjoyed the second one too, so yeah. And how can you pass down this steelbook? Prince, or The Prince, not the lead guy, really forgetful movie. Vice, not the lead guy, but not the worst of the, not the lead guy, straight to home theater releases, whatever you want to call it. Now I did see, I want to say this is 15 release, 14, it says 2014. I saw one other BlueTuber having this as the worst movie of that year, and all I can say, you haven't been watching enough straight to home theater movies with Bruce Willis. This is nowhere near the worst, or the worst of that year. So I thought it was okay. Rock the Casbah, again, not the lead guy, forgetful movie. Extraction, it's gonna be the same case with pretty much the rest of the ones I have. Not the lead guy, pretty damn forgetful. Precious Cargo, same case, not the lead guy, not the worst of the straight to home theater, but yeah. Now, this is the Danish release, and as you can see here, it's called Raiders, but it is originally called Marauders. And I'll actually say this is one of the better movies where he's not the lead. And yeah, it doesn't take much to be one of the better ones compared to some of the rest, but I actually quite enjoyed this one. Then the next one, and if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sort of spoil it. Sort of. Split, 4K release, small cameo. Once Upon a Time in Venice. Again, last year I saw somebody having this as worst of the year. I don't agree at all. But yeah, okay movie, and not more than that. And then finally, the newest one that's out here in Denmark at least. First Kill. As you can see, it's still sealed. Really forgetful movie. Not all that great. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it. My Bruce Willis collection so far. I know of only one Bruce Willis movie that's out on Blu-ray that I don't have, and that's Death Becomes Her. Why I don't have it, I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. But other than that, there's a few others where he's either doing voice work, or he has a really small cameo where I just haven't seen the need to get it. But I got most of what he has out on Blu-ray, thankfully, and I'm gonna continue collecting his movies. So, with that, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.